strikes in a row. Gives Ong the chance to go for a 4-bagger and just snatch the lead. Burying those fingers deep into the ball before the thumb goes in. Checking his feet's on the right position on the lane approach. And away he goes.
Yeah, well played, Remy on.
Hits them thin, makes them spin, carries all 10 pins, and it's turkey time as well. In fact, it's 4 strikes in a row for the man from Singapore. Steady at the line. There's some body reaction. Get up that hill. And it does, just about. 5 pins, the last pin to go. But they still count for 10.
Ong putting together a pretty good scorecard here, as is his opponent. But Ong now on for 279 if he strikes out from here. And for Paul Moor, that 7 spare has really cost him 257, the best he can manage. So the pressure is back on the Englishman.
Yeah, the gap opens to 22 pins. And it's foundation frame 9. Ouch, indeed. Again, single pin on the back row of the triangle.
Well, that's the one you'd expect Moore to leave, especially with his form on this lane, the 8-pin.
Again, it's so much power going into the pocket, between that 1 and the 2-pin. Shade slower in speed, but it's cut right through the 5-pin again. Giving Moore the opportunity to shoot that spare ball yet again. Not that he wants to. I'd like to have seen 10 pins there in frame number 9.
A chance for Ong now to really put the boot in. Paul Moore, just a hint of frustration on his face.
Well, 2 spares in a row. How frustrating for him. Yeah, just a slight change of angle there on that last shot.
He's looking at the monitor, but he's showing our coverage, so he's getting some of those graphics and some of that feedback to work with. All the players have the opportunity to look at the monitor. It helps them keep up with the score as well. There's a constant score ticking over. Ong then to really put the lid on this first game at least. He likes it. Oh, but it's not happened for him.
Dear, oh dear.
That was a very late reaction, wasn't it? 7 pin left standing. He shouted a bit too early.
Well, he thought it was good. Called out for it, was looking for it, nearly ran it out. Just the angle of approach into that pocket.
Well, he went sideways into the head pin.
Yeah, the 4-pin laid down and just didn't jump out the gutter at all. Even that 7-pin standing in the corner.
So Ong also is going to spare this foundation frame, at least we hope he will. Out comes the football, and he gets it, no problems. 258 then, Ong's maximum possible score, and that's brought Moore right back into contention now. So a 12-pin difference potentially if Moore can strike this off the card and Ong can do the same. And you don't expect to see left-handers making too many changes on this lane. Moore's probably made a few more than Ong though.
Yeah, Ong's graph looks almost identical, doesn't it? Right up to that 1-2 pocket every single time. And as you say, it's just 12 pins. It's the first ball in frame 10 for Paul Moore. And how dearly he would like a strike to start with. And the opportunity to earn and bowl 2 more.
Took that one out quite wide.
Yeah, again, it's the angle of attack that's leaving that corner pin standing. And Paul's looking a little bit frustrated.
235 now, the maximum available to Paul Moore. This maximum score in game 1 is tumbling as we speak.
Yeah, slightly down on his average from the previous 2 rounds, but that's not going to worry him too much. It's as long as he beats Remy Ong's score, it doesn't matter what he bowls.
Well, he does what's needed to get the bonus ball, but he needs a strike for 235. Ong with a potential 23-pin lead coming into the second game. That's not insurmountable, is it, Cass? It's nothing to be too concerned about, unless, of course, Ong keeps striking.
Well, that's right, yeah, no, it's a spare or an open frame's going to bring that back. I'll give you the chance to get back from it. It's all a matter of staying clean, as these bowlers have. No open frames so far, but let's hope that's not the kiss of death. Better shot from Moor at the end there. Just gave it a bit more width. Got the angle right. Ripped the rack for 235.
And most of all, got a positive confirmation of his line to come out in the second game. He'll enjoy that. That was a very confident strike. Ong then to put his opponent under some serious pressure here. 2-3-5. Paul Moor's opening salvo in this semi-final. It's not a bad score, let me tell you, but it really isn't what he was looking for, and such is the quality of the field. Most of us know 250s and above if you really want to progress.
Well, Remy has the chance to make that with 3 strikes here. He can go 258 for a 23-pin lead, which is obviously better than a 23-pin deficit. And there's the first one. Very professional. He liked that. Gives himself the opportunity to make 2 more strikes.
And the reaction after this shot from Remy Ong tells you how important he felt that ball was.
He's got 2 more shots and he won't be rushed. Looking for another 10. Slightly light in the pocket, leaves a 7-pin standing. So it's going to be 248 with a spare here. So all it's going to be is 13 pins. The difference between Ong, who'll have the lead, and Moor going to game number 2.
It couldn't be set up any better, really, between these two. We know how strong Paul Moor is in the second game. And if you talk to any of his opponents that have had to face him here on this single lane, they will tell you Paul Moor across the second game can be devastating. But Remy Ong has learnt a tremendous amount as well. 248 to Ong over the score of 235 for Moor. Looking good at the moment for the man from Singapore.
Back here, Ong had a disastrous start to game 2, leaving a 6-8 pin split, which resulted in an open frame. But Paul Moor opened with a strike. Both players had strikes in frame 2. On to frame 3, and again both players striking out. We rejoin the action at the start of frame 4.
He spotted it all. Look at that. Couldn't be closer, really. Moor just about in the driving seat.
Remy Ong needs a strike to stay with Paul Moor. Moor's opened up with 3 in a row.
Took it out a long way and it didn't come back for him.
And there's the washout. Absolutely missed the headpin totally on the left-hand side. He's left the 1, 3, 6 with the 7-pin. Actually dropped the ball inside his mark, but angled it out. It picked up lane conditioner outside his line and just, well, basically abseiled away. Had no chance of recovery. Missed the headpin.